Hello again and welcome to Ndudu by Fafa.
Hello again and welcome to my creative African cooking channel Ndudu by Fafa. My name is Fafa Gilbert and I love creative African cooking. It was just a typical Friday evening. I just wanted something so different. I'd had a stressful week. And I had some yogurt and chicken. I was like, I'll just make some yogurt chicken as you do. And then I remembered I did go to a friend's wedding, and it was a beautiful Indian wedding. Served us this rice, which was cumin rice. It was the most fragrant rice I've ever smelled, and the taste was just so divine. So I did ask his mom for the recipe. She was ever so kind and she gave me the recipe. And of course, I had to add my own twist to it. But I'll tell you what, each time I make this dish, everybody just goes crazy for it. So yes, definitely is inspired by, of course, the Indian dish that I enjoyed. And yes, I'm adding my own twist. I hope this would be the perfect reason for you to click that subscribe button and also share with your family and friends. That is important to move this channel from this level to the next level. Absolutely. So anyway, let's start cooking.
The original recipe requires one to use ghee. Now, ghee is clarified butter. You will find that in most Indian grocers. However, you're on the Ndudu by Fafa cookery channel and I do things differently. I mean, then again, I churn my own butter. Yes, I do. I have got the recipe. I hope you've watched it. If not, I'll leave a link at the top so you can churn your own butter as easy as 1, 2, 3. When you've churned your butter, look, just smother that in your brown bread, sugar bread, tea bread, loaf bread, whatever bread, brown bread, bread of my cafe, yes. And then call me and thank me. Actually, leave a comment below. And the next ingredient is my bay leaf. I'm quite lucky that a neighbor has the tree, so I get my fresh bay leaves. And here we have the cumin seeds. Now, these are readily available in most supermarkets as well as the Indian grocers. They are cumin seeds. And I've got my cinnamon sticks, which I'll be using, and black cardamom. Now, black cardamom has this camphor taste. So it's almost like an aromatic, minty flavor to this dish. And of course, I've got my green chilies from Ghana and salted taste. And I'll be using my basmati rice for this. Now, when you're buying basmati rice, just make sure the minimum age is 10 years because the older the basmati rice is, the better. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wash the rice till the water runs clear. Now, if you've watched any of my rice recipes, I've always said this. Absolutely. So you just rub the rice in between your fingers, as you can see, in my palm, as you can see here, to get rid of the starch, as much starch as you can. Now, I'm using warm water in rinsing this. So you do this, or you repeat it about 4 times, and you end up with this beauty here. So I've just left it to soak whilst I tend to my flavored butter. As you do. Look at that. Now, this is where the flavor and that fragrant smell is going to be enhanced. So you start off by placing your saucepan on the lowest setting. Exactly. And add your butter, and your butter should melt. Thing is, I'm going to be adding my ingredients to it. So I'm going to allow their flavors to infuse into the butter. So it's imperative that you place it on the lowest setting possible, okay? So here I'm adding my green chilies, as you do. Now, the amount of green chilies you use, yet again, comes down to your preference. Now, please don't break the chilies. Leave it whole because I just need that aromatic flavor of the chili to infuse into the butter. This is not like a spicy dish, no. So bear that in mind. To that, I'm adding my cinnamon stick, which would give it that warmth as well, that extra flavor. And of course, my black cardamom, which gives it that camphor-like, minty-like flavor. Just say infusions, it's taking place. It's infusing. This is where I'm at peace. I just love things like this. And when I was building up on the flavors and the aromatic smell, the smell that was coming through, you just know when you're cooking, you just know when it's going to be so good. Because you can smell it, you can see, you can taste it, And at this point, I'm like, okay, let me add my fresh bay leaves. Now, bearing in mind, if you don't have access to fresh bay leaves, you can still use the dry ones. There's nothing stopping you. I'm just quite lucky that my neighbor has got the bay leaf tree. Was I trying to make you jealous? Just ignore it. Now, if you don't have bay leaves, I don't know what else you can use, especially in Ghana. Let's see. We'll come to that later. I think I have to find something as an alternative, but I doubt there is, but you never know. I'll keep thinking, I'll keep you posted. So yes, you're going to slow fry this for about 5 to 7 minutes. And then just when I think that it's turning nutty, I know that it's ready. So at this point, add your cumin seeds and fry this gently for about a minute. So I have infused this butter with the cinnamon sticks, black cardamom, the green chilies, and the bay leaves, and of course just added the cumin seeds to it. So the flavors are just perfectly infused. And now I'm adding my washed rice. So the rice has been soaking in warm water for about 10 to 12 minutes. And now I'm adding it to this beautiful caramelized butter, which is flavor packed. At this point, the kitchen was so scented. It was so nutty and aromatic. I really cannot wait for you guys to try this recipe and comment about the smell. You would love it. Seriously. Now, when you do, don't forget to leave that comment below, like the video, and also share the video with your family and friends. Because as I say, this is a channel that needs to move to the next level. As you do. So I'm mixing everything together till it's well combined, as I always say. And, I just love the way, the flavors are just infusing. So I'm going to increase the heat a little bit because I want to fry the rice in this butter mixture so the rice also absorbs the flavor. It is important that you do infuse the butter just the way I did it, on the lowest setting possible. Because if you do increase the heat, you're going to lose the fragrance that I'm talking about, and you are going to lose that flavor, that distinct cumin rice flavor. So when I do give that recipe, please believe that it has been tried and tested. So that's why I then settle with the best and present you with the best. So at this point, I'm going to add my salt to taste, as you do. Yes, this time I filmed it. And I'll mix everything together till it's well combined. And this rice looks perfectly fried. So I'm going to be adding a little bit of water. I'm going to allow this rice to cook in its own steam. Now, 101 on how to cook rice. I've got a few recipes that I think I'll leave a link at the top to allow you to watch how to cook the perfect rice each time. It is easy, but it also can be tricky. Most people do prefer to use a rice cooker. It's something that I don't even own a rice cooker, so I always cook my rice from scratch. So just follow this recipe and you will be a happy chap, as I always say. In the unlikely event that you do not have access to basmati rice, you can use your long grain rice. Mr. M101 pa na me wa haseo. Look at this rice. It's perfectly fried. Now, of course, if you're not using the basmati rice and using the long grain rice, as I say, it's a good alternative. Not exactly the same, but a great alternative. Now, the last bit of water that I used in soaking the rice is what I'm using here to steam this rice. Bearing in mind, I had washed the rice till the water ran clear and also soaked the rice for about 10-15 minutes whilst I was, infusing the butter with the flavors. So the rice is already plumped up, so it needs less water for it to cook. So the amount of water that I've added now is just perfect, I think. I think I'll just add just a ladle full, and that will be it. I would leave the measurements, including the list of ingredients, on my blog, fafagilbert.com. So do check it out as well. I'm going to allow the rice to start bubbling. So I'm just going to increase the heat to its medium heat at this point because I just want it to start boiling. Reason is I want to trap the steam in, and it's the steam that's going to cook this rice till it's perfectly fluffy, al dente, nice. So I'm using my grease-proof paper here. You can use your foil, but certainly not a plastic bag or anything like that. So it's either your grease-proof paper or your foil. Ensure any gaps are covered and it's sealed perfectly because we're going to be steaming this for 20 minutes. And that steam needs to be left in the rice. You know what I mean? You can't let it escape because that's what's going to cook it perfectly. And at this point, look at this beauty. You can see the steam has even created its own water on the top of my grease-proof paper, which means that it's cooking the top of the rice. And of course, the heat that's coming from the bottom is also cooking the bottom part of the rice. 101. Say one logo, fluffy and just perfect.
So I've got some battered cumin rice, okay?
Ooh.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my god, the steam.
Oh my god.
Oh
Look at this beauty.
So you do not want to miss that episode, so do click that subscribe button and the notification button as well. I'll be leaving a list of ingredients and measurements on my blog fafagilbert.com. You will equally find interesting recipes on my other blog indudubyfafa.blogspot.com. Now until next time, take care of you. Be nice, be beautiful. If you ever change it, just make sure you're changing for yourself and no one else. And guess what? There's nothing else but Indudu by Fafa. Thank you.